in our closing ceremony. We had so many wonderful designs, and we just couldn't figure out who was first, second, or third because in the end, all of us are winners for submitting such amazing designs. So yeah, let's get right into it. So first off, thank you for coming to our opening ceremony, co-hosted by Relevant Bits.
So we have a few final kind of housekeeping items. So the first one is the swag pickup. So for those of you that are in the McMaster Hamilton area, pickup is going to be distributed by the Drain, which is on the first floor of the Hatch building. Just go there, say that you are part of the UI UX Designathon, and they'll give you a swag kit. For those of you that are not in the McMaster Hamilton area, we're going to be distributing digital swag. So the in-person swag will be available for the next 2 weeks. And the digital swag should have been available in your package, and I believe it's already being linked in the chat. Additionally, for the winners, we're going to be sending out a Google form, so you can go through your Google form and select which prize you'd like. For those of you outside of Canada, we're going to be doing e-transfers, but for those of you inside of Canada, we're going to be able to ship that out. Additionally, we have the event feedback form, which is located in your participant package. That just helps us put on a better event, learn where we did well, learn where we could have done better, and keep trying to make the Designathon better and better every single year. And then final point is the Google Drive for resume submissions. So we had a lot of great organizations as well as a lot of great mentors and judges that came out to this event. So we're going to make these resumes available to all of them. So if you want to get yourself in the talent pool, definitely make sure to upload your resume to that Google Drive link. And I'll pass it back over to Alman for our first winner.
So yeah, first off, we had our social media giveaway that happened throughout the weekend. And we had a quick spin of a wheel, and our social media giveaway winner is at Money. Thank you so much for sharing and trying to bring our message across to everyone. You're going to receive a $25 gift card, and we will be sharing those details about how you are going to receive your prize later after the closing ceremony. And afterwards, we also had a couple of mini challenges that we had. And the first one was It Bit Design winner. And so thank you, Ranjan and Dioraz, for your amazing design. I love the Hogwarts sticker, and we were just deliberating, and we are like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So thank you so much, and we'll also be sharing the details on how you can get the $25 gift card. And then last but not least, we had our second mini challenge, which is our winner is Jaden Lee. So essentially what Jaden Lee had to do was he would have to redesign a smart app and create tool for an augmented reality. And we just thought that it was very cute and the sketches were so, so cute and we loved it very much. But yeah, I am going to pass it on to Mark Dodgson, who is a CXO and co-founder of Relevant Bits, our title sponsor, to announce our Relevant Bits design problem winners. So Mark, you're up.
Alman. Thanks, Alman. Yeah, so really great weekend. It was a real pleasure, really, to be with you all, and I had some amazing conversations with a number of you yesterday and today. So for those of you who picked up the Relevant Bits problem statement, thank you. We were super excited to see the presentations today, and we're really blown away by how creative you all were. So really exciting stuff. So without further ado, here's the first winner, which is third place. So third place winner is Team AAA. And I think, things that we loved about AAA was we loved the data visualizations so they visualized well-being as plants, which was great. So again, I think the challenge here is always with this problem statement was trying to make sure that you're thinking about well-being at a human level, but then also thinking about project success and business success and what that means and how they all kind of intertwine together. And so AAA really took that and did visualizations as plants, which was really, really cool. And I think that's also great for remote companies that are culturally diverse. So thinking of people in a different manner and making it pretty equal across the board. We also really loved the workload timeline, business and mood score charts. That was super great to see. So really great stuff, and congratulations. All right, moving on to number 2. So second place is Design Nerds, and what was really great about them, and so I met with them too during the yesterday, which was great, and we had lots of great conversations. They asked lots of really great questions, which was awesome, and what we liked was their approach to the problem. So they wrote great how might we questions and synthesize them in meaningful ways, which was great. And then also defining the features that need to be built and then plotting them onto an impact and effort chart. So that was really cool to see, because then it really kind of helped them focus on the features that should be built. One of the other interesting pieces there that they introduced was like a chatbot functionality for daily check-ins for personal wellness. So really, really cool stuff there. So great job, team Design Nerds. And first place is Team Nanaimo. So good job, Team Nanaimo. We really loved the presentation. We loved how you defined what well-being actually meant for this project, which was amazing. There was real care about the individual team members' privacy, which we also thought was very, it was very thoughtful. We really liked how the team member statuses and the level of thought that went into whether or not it gets shown at the management level, or just at the team level, or just at the individual level. So really good thought there. We also liked how you could populate those statuses with like videos or emojis. There was lots of kind of options there. One of my personal favorites from them was the mood tracker. And so in aggregate, you could see how your mood is in aggregate. So really, really, really good stuff there. So congratulations to Team Nanaimo, Designers, and Team AAA. Good job.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mark. And now I'm going to head it over to our Diamond sponsor representative from TWG at Deloitte Business, Zainab Qureshi.
Hello. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, everyone who participated in our TWG challenge. Just a little bit of background on the challenge itself. So we wanted to tackle a problem that was accessibility related. And basically, it had to do with the public transportation system. So public transport often fails to meet the needs of the users when it comes to accessibility, whether it be the app itself being accessible, or the train platforms, or just some problem occurring in the space that may make it difficult for people with accessibility needs to get around. So basically, here at TWG, we wanted to improve the public transportation system by rethinking the entire process. So from the entire beginning, how do you create something that's a lot more seamless for someone with accessibility needs to get around? So basically start thinking from the beginning, determining who the users are, who your stakeholders are, storyboarding the entire process. We wanted to see the research background as well, and as well as some of your prototypes. If you got the time to do user testing, we would have loved to see that as well, and the final handoff. So having said that, third place goes to Metro Maps. Metro Maps, we really appreciated the kind of design elements that you had put into your thought process, thinking about the research and your primary users. And that was very nice and interesting to see. Unfortunately, there were a bunch of technical difficulties, but when we did have the time to look over it, we really appreciated the entire thought process that went into all of your designs. So third place, Metro Maps. Second place goes to Fig Gamers. With Fig Gamers, what we really liked was there were a bunch of different elements in terms of accessibility that were being used. But what we found was that there was a lot of thought behind every single element that was there. So there was a reasoning, and we saw the research that kind of backed up the reasoning for it as well. So we really appreciated the entire thought process that went into it. And I really do also want to mention that this was a very hard decision to make between first and second place, but first place goes to Team Access. It was a very tough decision. We were contemplating for, I think, 90% of our time, should it go to Access, should it go to Fig Gamers? But in the end, Access, we did find that you had a very polished design. The elements were there, the entire background research when it came to user testing, seeing your user flow, user journey, the personas, everything. We saw that there was a lot of detail that went into every part of the process. And on top of that, we found that your AR feature and just the idea of, instead of having a caregiver be an entire whole different person and a persona, basically the app had features to make the app itself the caregiver when it came to using camera as an AR and VR. So it is something that's very revolutionary. And also, since this is a design competition, we really appreciated the creativity that also went to your design idea. And just a little honorable mention as well. We did have a team, Aloha Mora. We really appreciated the research that went into everything that you did, because this was a team that was not only not in the GTA, but also not in Canada. So someone who wasn't even familiar with our entire transit system processes, and coming from a country with a completely different transit system. So we really appreciated all the thought that went into it. But congratulations to everyone who won the top 3, Team Access, Fig Gamers, and Metro Maps. Thank you so much for your effort. Really appreciated it.
Thank you so much, Zainab. And now, last but not least, our final design problem will be presented by the one and only Jeff Suter, who is going to be here to present the winners on behalf of James Suter.
Thank you so much for the little introduction, Alman. Unfortunately, James Suter could not be here. Such is the life of a veterinarian. You do sometimes get called in. So I know right now he's currently at the clinic working. But he was really impressed with what he did get to see, and I've been kind of sending him the snippets throughout the judging process so that he can see, and he's really impressed by all the submissions. So really the purpose of this competition was to design a new website, right, for this new reinvigorated Martindale Animal Hospital. They have the new facility, but it's the same great staff, and it was about, keeping that old small town, kind of local veterinarian feel and melding it with this new state-of-the-art facility that they have. And then we asked people to not only design that mobile first website, but to kind of continue it out and design the full-fledged desktop app, as well as social media and marketing posts. And we had a lot of really amazing submissions. And in third place, we had Team Honeycomb. And so what I found really amazing about Team Honeycomb was that they did run the spectrum. So they had the desktop site, they had the mobile site, they had the social media posts. They did a really good job of covering all sorts of different aspects when it came to what this full website, this full Martindale experience would look like. And so I think they did an amazing job, and congratulations to Team Honeycomb. In second place, we have the prototypes. So before I get into their design, fun little tidbit, these are actually grade 12 students. So, at Designathon, we've had, I think this is our second time we've had a high school team place at Designathon. And so we love to see younger participants coming and joining these events and really succeeding. I know that this crew took advantage of the design reviews, and I believe they also took advantage of the coffee chats, and they really leveraged a lot of the resources out there to really put together this design. And what I kind of liked most when it came to this design was they had a very clear understanding of who Martindale Animal Hospital was, right? They understood, okay, these are the features that we need to prioritize, but also we still kind of have that feeling. The first thing you see when you look on the page is the dog, but the second thing you see is the vet. And there's really that kind of strong association. And so that was what really led us to, kind of love their design, was learning a little bit more about that process. And then finally, in first place, we have Team Meme. And this design, once again, ran the full gambit. They had a layout for the desktop, they had the mobile, they had the social media posts. And what we really thought tied this design together was they had a nice cohesive vision for the UI. Everything was where it needed to be. All the calls to action were right where they should have been. They were all clearly highlighted. They understood where things had to be prioritized, and it still, once again, felt personal. It still kind of had that direct connection, and so that was why we ended up choosing Team Meme as first place. And also, just on behalf of Martindale Animal Hospital and Dr. Suter, a big thank you to everyone that competed in our prom. We're really hoping to kind of use some of these designs and actually put some of these into practice. And so thank you to everyone that dedicated their time and their effort to this problem. And there are a few other people that I do have to thank for their time and effort. So we already had Relevant Bits, as well as TWG at Deloitte Business and Martindale Animal Hospital. But we also have the folks at McMaster Engineering Co-op and Career Services. So this lovely platform that we're able to use, that's on behalf of them. We also have The Drain, and who is generously offering us to use their volunteers and their facilities to be able to distribute our swag. So we're very grateful for that. We also have McMaster Engineering, who has backed us with their mentors. They have backed us financially. They have backed us in so many ways, and they have been absolutely fantastic to work with. And then finally, we have the McMaster Engineering Society. As a group within the Engineering Society, the support that they give us, just the logistics that they do behind the scenes, and the financials that they give to us, and just the mentorship that they give to us is, this club would not run without it. And so we're very grateful for all of the sponsors that you see here on screen, as well as Relevant Bits, TWG at Deloitte Business, and Martindale Animal Hospital, all for supporting this event. And it was great to have all these organizations be a part of and support these events, but also we had so many external voices come in to make this event what it was. So to all of the judges and mentors, just thank you. So this is our third year of running this competition. None of us have a ton of, we don't have a big UI UX background. This was just something that, we saw, and we thought it'd be really cool if we could start exposing students to this. And it is through your knowledge and through your, generous donation of your time that we're able to run such an event. And I think students really enjoyed it. I saw lots of people getting coffee chats. I was talking to some of the judges and some of the mentors throughout the competition. So I really hope that you all enjoy your weekend here as part of the competition. And we're very grateful for all the support that you've given us. Thank you so much to all of you folks. And I'll pass it over to Alman.
Yeah, so once again, thank you so much, Relevant Bits, for co-hosting our event, as well as TWG for providing us with so much help and support, as well as just being there to help us out. And feel free to also follow us on our social media at MDL McMaster, as well as we also have our Discord server for our community. And if you want to know more about the events we do have in store for you guys, so for example, our CAD Designathon is happening in January 2022. Please message us, ping us, and follow us on our social media for more updates. But yeah, thank you so much for coming. And Jeff, do you have anything else to add?
Well, no, and there's just one other person to thank, and really that's all the people that came out this weekend. As great as it is to put on these events and everything else, if we don't have any participants, it makes no sense to put it on. So thank you all for dedicating your weekend. We know that there's, especially those of you that are still in university, it's exam season, it's midterm season. We know how busy you all are, but thank you so much for coming out. We love hosting these events. We love seeing people engage. And really just learn. This is a great weekend of learning and mentorship and really being involved. So as Alman said, you can follow us on our social medias. If you're interested in getting involved on the team, we're going to be doing hiring in a few months. And also in a few months, we have one other thing happening, and that's going to be the CAD Designathon. So keep an eye out on our social media for that. If you thought that this was kind of an interesting competition, we have one that is totally different in a few months. And I'd say definitely check it out. It's a really good time, and it's a really great team that gets to put this all on. So thank you all so much for coming. I hope you all are safe, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend.